am excited and looking forward to today's episode of Emergency Rant with Bezoslice. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let's get it.
This is Emergency Rant with Bezoslice, your signal to vent, shout, and set it straight.
So I just want to wish everybody a happy New Year as we go into a new calendar year. We have left 2025. We are now in 2026, and it is officially January 2nd. I hope everybody's having a wonderful holiday season. As we get into the end of the holiday season, we embark on this new journey. There's something I definitely wanted to share with you guys just briefly for just a few minutes, and that is New Year's resolutions. Now, so a lot of people, the most common thing when it comes to New Year's resolutions is change. Change for yourself, career goals, life goals, family goals, small or big or anything else in between. And don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with change. For example, about a year ago, October of 2024, a little over a year ago, I should say, was heavy. I was 340 pounds, and as of this current day of filming, I am down to 250. I've lost quite a lot of weight, and I'm very happy with the weight that I've lost, and I want to continue on that track and continue to lose weight. I've gained a lot of muscle. My body has changed for the better. Lost a lot of pant sizes along the way, a lot of shirt sizes. I had to get brand new clothes, all these different things. And the point that I'm trying to get at is that change is good. Change is good. Some people want to change their lifestyle when it comes to buying a house or getting a car or whatever the case may be. But I want to make sure that the conversation about today's episode is that you continue to stay consistent with your goals. It's very important that you do. If you, for example, are someone like myself who has been in a position where you decided, you were overweight, for example, and you wanted to change your style of weight, and you wanted to bulk up, or you wanted to slim down, or you wanted to trim up, or a little bit of everything. It's very important that you do your research and make sure that it's a realistic goal. Let me explain what I mean by that. People that want to lose weight, for example, a lot of them try to find a way to quickly find results. The problem is not necessarily how many times you go to the gym, which that helps, but it's what you eat. And I'm not saying you have to cut off McDonald's or Burger King or whatever your fast food preference is or anything like that. But moderation is key. It's very important. It's allowed me to lose the weight that I've lost, maintain the weight that I've lost, and continue on the track that I have. I am literally 20 pounds away from the goal that I have when it comes to the weight loss that I want to be at. Maybe might do a little more than that, I don't know. But at this point, I'm 20 pounds away from the goal. I have lost over 90 pounds in 14 months. And what I've done to continue that weight loss and what I've done to maintain it is obviously exercising, but dieting, eating right, knowing what to eat, not what to eat, getting creative with some things that I like. For example, I'm a huge sweet tooth guy. I love sweets. But to kind of scope that away, I've cut off, making, if I want to make cookies, I'll use my protein powder as a substitute versus sugar or cookies. And, I'll do that with some all-purpose flour and, put a little bit of creatine powder in it and all these different things. And I've made some really good food. I've made some yogurt parfaits and I posted it with some of the guys on All Elite Gaming and they're impressed. I will say the most important thing that you have to do is believe in yourself. You have to make sure that you understand, more importantly, more than anything else in the world, that you are the one that can change you. Not your friends, not your family. You have to believe in yourself. That is how you will survive, that is how you will thrive, and that is how you will win. You will gain that confidence back. You will believe in yourself. You will achieve anything that you want in life. And I'm not just talking about from weight loss standpoint. Weight loss standpoint is personal to me because I'm losing weight. This shirt used to be very tight on me and it's loose. I have to play with it sometimes because it's almost like a blouse. But point being is you could do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Now, a lot of the goals that I had set for myself last year, one of the biggest ones was weight loss. That is very common. If you watched last week's episode, my old partner in crime, Jeff the Ruck, was astonished to see how much weight I've lost. And in a good way. A lot of people have. You've seen my profile pics and all these different things. I'm not the same person. But a lot of the things that I also wanted to achieve, I've done. I've said I wasn't going to do a podcast anymore, but I wanted to create a podcast, if you will, or a vlog or whatever you want to call this, if it was going to reflect positive change. But pretty much speaking from the heart, my mindset, my thoughts and my opinion, without any kind of sponsorship, ad, or anything like that. And I know that I've had some past shows that have been quote unquote controversial, to say the least, from religion to politics to everything else. But I felt like these are the kind of things that are important to me. And I wanted to share them. And I know that a lot of things that I say may not be reflective of everyone's opinion in responding to the fact that they agree with me or they may not. But at the end of the day, it came from a place of love, not from a place of hate or animosity or jealousy or enragement or anything like that whatsoever. It's very important that in life we decide when we want to reflect change that we do it first within ourselves. A honeymoon period is a very, very important factor that people have this perception of themselves that when they want to change and they want to do something drastic, they'll do it. But when that honeymoon period is over with, they stop. They get lackadaisical, if you will, and they tend to push themselves from the goal that they had in mind. There may be, for example, a dream job that you have, and you've had some doors or obstacles that have stopped you from pursuing that dream. And so you get to this crossroad in life where it's either adapt or die. So you decide, okay, I'm not going to do it anymore, or I'm going to continue to push through. The ones that continue to pursue, those are the ones that will eventually get to their goal. Now, it may not take a year, it may not take 2 years, hell, it might take a lifetime, or it may never happen. But giving up on what you want to do in your life you're only hurting yourself more in the long run, because you might say 10 years down the road, man, if I only continue to pursue, to continue to push. Or you have a desire that you want to ride motorcycles, or you want to take this lifetime goal of traveling the world and going to Venice, or going to Australia, or whatever you desire to do. You have to have a plan in place. It's very important that you have to have a plan in place. Because if you don't have a plan in place, you're just dreaming without the vision of reality. It's okay to speak everything into fruition, speak everything into life. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you don't have a plan, you're just talking. For me, when it comes to weight loss, one of the things that I decided to do in my life is I decided to cut back on a lot of things. As I mentioned moments ago, I've cut back on sweets. I've cut back on alcohol. I've cut back on a lot of things. Now, don't get me wrong. I still drink alcohol. I'm a huge bourbon and Scotch guy. I love beer as well. I have no problem with drinking alcohol. I just choose not to, because, alcohol for me is something that will cause me to gain weight, and I feel like on my journey, I have to have a game plan in place. Now, one thing that I am using, and I'm willing to admit it, I got no issue sharing it with you guys, is I am currently on GLP-1 injections as well. That has also helped me with my weight loss and to help me maintain it. But GLP-1 injections are not necessarily, and I want to educate people on this and to make sure that they understand this. If you are thinking about doing it, or you're one of those people that say, oh no, this is bad, you can't take it. Look, GLP-1 is a tool that you could use to help you, but it's very important that you maintain the weight loss, because in order to do that, you can't just take the injection. You also have to diet. You also have to exercise. You have to change your routine. You can't just sit on a couch and let the medication do its work. Now, before I was on the GLP weight loss injection, I was already losing weight, and I did lose a significant amount of weight. I lost like 30 pounds without the injection. But I hit that plateau, and if those that know what I'm talking about, when you hit that plateau and you're at a level where your weight loss is just stagnant, it just stays the same. You gain 2 pounds, you lose 2 pounds, but it's literally here the whole entire time. And it's not doing this and this and this and this, but it just does this. You have to change your style of exercise and everything else. And that was fine, but the plateau was still there. That's why I got on the GLP-1 injections. And it's helped me to gradually, slowly but surely continue to lose the weight and maintain the weight loss that I've had. Now, people ask me, Bezo, what else have you done with your lifestyle? Well, I mean, I've already mentioned a lot of it. So I'm going to the gym. I've also learned that, I was one of those people that was obsessed with counting calories and counting my steps and checking my weight daily and all this different stuff. And I just stopped doing that. I just stopped. I don't wear my smartwatch anymore. I mean, I wear it when I go out, when I need it, but I don't wear it when I exercise or when I'm at work or whatever the case may be, because at the end of the day, it's a consumption. And I don't consume and overbear people around me that I love and care about with weight loss and all this different stuff. Now, people come to me and they ask me, hey, what do you need to do? What is the keys that that have helped you? Then I will go ahead and share that information. I will say, okay, this is what I do. This is what I don't do. This is what works for me. This is what didn't work for me. And you know what? What works for me may not work for you. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's very important. It's vital. It's so vital that you do your research, you do your homework. Now, some people may need to talk to a nutritionist. That is a big step that helps, because a nutritionist may lead you in some mental capacity exercises that can allow you to control your food noise. And food noise is, for those that don't know, is your mental appetite for hunger. So those are things. I use an app. It's called Yuka. I will post a link in the description once this video goes live. Yuka is an app that I use, and it's completely free. It's an app that you can go ahead, and when you go to the grocery store, you can scan barcodes of items you want to buy, and it will give you a scan. And it's not favored to any supermarket or any food company. It's free to subscribe. You don't have to sign anything or give your information out. And you scan the barcode, and the barcode will tell you on a scale of 0 to 100, 100 being very good, 0 being very bad, why it's good for you, why it's bad, why it's, all these different things. And then it will give you alternatives. And that's allowed me, while I've been on my weight loss journey, to make sure I'm eating correctly. Meal prepping for me is another thing that I do. I meal prep everything that I eat in my house or any I go out. Drinking the proper amount of protein and eating the proper amount of protein daily has allowed me to not just lose weight, but keep, my muscle mass that I have. And fortunate enough for me, one of the things that's allowed me to continue on my weight loss journey. Now, I will say this, and I know I'm kind of expanding into weight loss because that hits home for me, is people are concerned if you've been a very heavy set person like I was for a long time, are you going to get, the excess weight, the loose skin, if you will, where you do all this different stuff. I'm happy to report that I've been fortunate that I haven't had that. There are people that are in the world that lose weight and they have this, this amount of loose skin. But I will say this. If you decide you really want to do this and you're serious about it, regardless of whether you get loose skin or not, just know that you're doing it for yourself, and that's all that matters. You can consult a doctor about helping you, if there's some kind of surgery that you could take to help you with the loose skin. It may not solve it all, but the reality is that you're doing this for yourself. And I will tell you this right now, personally, you will feel better. You will feel better. Another goal people have is taking out toxic people in your life. And I'll say this before I get back to the toxic thing. I want to mention this. If you guys are serious about weight loss, none of the negative side effects should matter, because there's not going to be a lot. I promise you. You will feel better about yourself. People will start noticing. People will tell you, man, you used to be this. Oh my God, wow. What? And you could be an inspiration to somebody. But most importantly, be inspiration for yourself, because that's so important. That's so important. Don't do it for the accolades or the praise. Do it because you want to do it. And I promise you, if you have the right mindset, no one's going to stop you. Cutting people out in your life is another thing. There may be people in your life that may be toxic and may be negative all the time, or they just don't have the same goals and aspirations as you. And I'm not saying political aspirations or political opinions or anything like that. I'm just saying people that don't support you. You may have to cut them from your life. There may be something that you do as a habit, like smoking and drinking, and you might have to cut those things out. But I promise you, if you take baby steps in certain things, you'll notice, and you start seeing the results, you're going to want to do more of it. But you have to allow yourself to believe in yourself so you can push through when the moments are tough. And trust me, they will be. I've had my moments of weakness because, for example, weight loss wise, I'm the only one in my household that is on this weight loss journey. And I'm not knocking my family. at all. But at one point, they were trying to do the same thing that I was doing, because not the GLP-1, but just the weight loss, because they didn't want me to be tempted. And they go to Firehouse Subs and McDonald's and all these other places. And majority of the time, it doesn't affect me. And I have to apologize to them, because I told them that just because I'm doing my thing doesn't mean you have to stop from doing your thing. I don't want my situation to consume you, overwhelm you, or stress you. And they're very appreciative of that. It's the same thing with cutting people out of your life. Look, people may not understand it, but I've had plenty of friends that I've had to cut out in my life. And the ones that stay, I have a close-knit circle of people that I speak with. And they know who they are. I don't allow myself to put myself in a situation anymore where I have to deal with toxic people. Because trust me, the moment that you're toxic, I cut you out quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I won't lose sleep. It's the same thing with goals, like you want to go on this dream vacation, if you will, right? You got to set yourself up a plan. You may have a low budget. Like you want to go to Italy, let's say hypothetically. Somebody wants to go to Italy. Well, if you want to go to Italy, you got to save up money for the trip. Money's not going to just fall from the lap. You may have a low budget. You may not make a certain amount. You got to worry about your bills. You got to worry about your groceries, your gas, your food, all these different things. It's very important that you set up a plan. You know, invest into yourself. Every time you get paid, put yourself, put $1 away or whatever you could afford to put away, and set up a financial plan. Maybe talk to a financial advisor. These things are very important. And I can go on and on and on. But at the end of the day, like I said in the beginning, you have goals that you want to achieve in life. You have New Year's resolutions. Don't call them resolutions. Call them goals. Change your mindset. Put yourself in a perspective that would allow you to achieve that change that you want to achieve.
What is up, virgins and virgins?
Who's Brad Pitt?
What?
On All Elite Gaming.
MLB baseball series, which includes fighting and intentional meatballs.
I'm gonna be stupid and guess it. Yeah, I'll take a swing. What is MLB Slugfest 2003?
Ron, please.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, no one knows more about you than you. And I just want to share and just say thank you to everyone who has watched the show, whether it's the first time or every time, who has liked, shared, and subscribed. I want to appreciate everybody for that. Even those that have said negative things about me on the episodes, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You're entitled to your opinion. But with that being said, I'm signing off. Again, I'm Bezoslice, and this has been Emergency Rant. Take care.